Today's video, we're going on a journey. We're going to talk about the golf swing. We're going to talk about how to start the golf swing. We're going to talk about the positions that you need to try and look to get in. Obviously, we're all different. We've all got different body shapes, different lengths, different sizes, different flexibility, injuries, but it's nice to have a couple of checkpoints to always come back to. I'm going to start the video with a little approach shot into the 12th hole here at the Earth course at Jumeirah Golf Estates. It's a monster of a hole, by the way. It's a 500-yard uphill par 4. Thankfully, we're not starting there. I've got an 8-iron into the green, back left pin. Get this position, get these positions right. Get the good strike on the ball. Send that ball at that flag. Oh, be good. Oh my word. I play so much better on a tip video, but that's golf, hey. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is gonna be epic, this video. So we're going to be talking all about the positions, how to start the golf swing, where should the golf club be, and the takeaway, in the second position, like kind of halfway up into that backswing, and at the top of the backswing. You get these three positions right, the transition gets better, the transition gets easier, the delivery position of the golf club in towards the golf ball gets consistent. The quality of ball striking becomes so much more natural. And actually, you know what? A lot of people talk about weight distribution, transfer, etc. If you move the golf club correctly, your body will move correctly as well. A lot of the times, the body tries to help you, tries to manipulate itself to get you out of some of the bad positions you may have already got into. So I'm never really that worried about how the hips turn, etc. Because a lot of people say, oh, my hips don't turn enough. Maybe the reason why, if it's not down to injury or restrictions or anything like that, it's potentially down to the way you're moving the club, okay? So first things first, takeaway position. Where should that golf club be in the takeaway position? So let's all assume for now that we have a good grip, we have a good posture, we have a neutral ball position with an 8-iron, so everything's pretty much kind of in a neutral to good position. This takeaway position, the way we're going to move this golf club, we're not going to allow the club to work straight behind the body. We're not just going to create a big rotation. We're not just going to lift the arms up to get as high as we possibly can. What we're going to try and do, we're going to use the rotation of the shoulders and the wrist hinge to bring the club up into position. So what you'll notice now, the golf club is, as it gets to waist height, is already higher than my hands. And what you'll see from the front view is as I'm taking this club away, my hands haven't traveled very far. They've gone from the center to around about the outside of my right leg, okay? So they've moved, my hands have moved 6 inches to the right. They haven't moved very far. So between there and there, this golf club has made its way ahead of my hands. Now, why this is so important and why this wrist angle in the right hand is so important is because it's going to make it so much easier to cover the ball and compress it. The angle of attack can be a little bit steeper because really that's the position I want to come back in. Although I started there, I want to come back to there. So during this takeaway, I'm going to move the golf club nice and early, get the club into position nice and early. But also what this does, it sets me up now perfectly for my second position, which is around about 45 degrees or so, okay? So if I have the shaft of the club, if I go, just to show you the 45, vertical, horizontal, 45 degrees. So if I get into that correct takeaway position, I get my 45-degree angle. I get a nice straight, flat lead wrist, and I've got a nice neutral club face at the top of the backswing. All right, so the positioning now on the first position, takeaway, second position, halfway up, sets me up for a really good top of the backswing position. And if I've got a good top of the backswing position, and then I try to replicate those positions on the way down, my lower body will turn out and open up towards the target pre-impact. So I'm not worried about this. If I move the golf club correctly, my lower body will open up. My pressure will naturally move into my lead side because my lower body has opened up naturally on the way down, okay? A lot of players that don't use their hips very well, or they're aware that they don't use their hips very well, the common one that I see is that they actually go over the top here. So the shoulders go across. The club gets outside of the swing plane line And now what happens is, and this is where the body's just so clever, you're out of position, okay? So if your body says, well, I don't care about you, I'm just going to continue to rotate and transfer my weight, I'm just going to miss the golf ball. So what your lower body's saying is actually goes, well, we better not go anywhere else. We better hang back here to give you a chance to hit the golf ball. It's very intelligent. It's very intelligent. So you can move your lower body, but if you don't move the golf club correctly, you won't move your lower body. Like I said, this is different for golfers if you've got limitations, if you've got injuries, age, sore back, bad back, fused back. Everyone's different, like I said, but the key to this is being able to move the golf club. Even if I had restrictions in my lower body, if you can move the golf club correctly through the golf swing, get your centered strike more consistent and more consistent, then you will hit some just really good shots. Yeah, you might lack a bit of power, but if you can't move rotationally because of an injury, then you're always going to have that not lack of power, but you're going to have less power than those that can move. There's many different power sources within the golf swing, but the most important power source you can ever have is the consistency of ball striking, because you'll get a bit more distance off quality of strike, but more importantly, you will be able to create that consistency to know how far you hit the ball. And whether you have to hit a 5-iron from 150 or a 9-iron from 150, if you're consistent with your ball striking, you're going to be a good player. That's the key. Consistency is the key. So we're going to move this golf club along the correct positions, and then we're going to release it into the downswing. So we're not even going to talk downswing, we're talking about 3 positions into your backswing. So we've looked at position 1, we looked at position 2, position 3, top of the backswing. I want you to try and feel that this trail forearm, so for me the right hand is vertical. I don't want this elbow pointing out there. We do not want it pointing behind your body, okay? We want it just nice and vertical with the forearm. If we can get into that position, then what happens is, as that right arm spins down into the transition, I'm able to keep my hands ahead of the golf ball and maintain my wrist angle. If my right elbow is out here and it extends, it'll go that way. So if my right elbow is here, it works down in that direction. A lot of golfers ask me about what the spinning of the arms are. What's the spinning of the forearms? You've got to get it into the right position first. So from here, we work it down into that position, okay? Really good drill. You get your trail hand. So for right-handed golfers, get your right hand, fingers pointing away from your body. And as you rotate up to the top of the backswing, you're going to feel your hands rotate to the top as well. And you're going to get the palm pointing up to the sky. Now on the downswing, you're going to really feel that the palm points down to your right foot and then into the golf ball. So to do that, we're going to spiral down with the right arm. We're going to spin the right arm down, and that is how we're able to get the compression into the golf ball. That's how we're able to get that really nice transition. Transition will only occur if you've taken the club up to the top of the backswing in a really, really nice way. Okay, so we can get the swing up to the top. 1, 2, forearm as vertical as possible, release. Look at that strike, compression, middle of the face. It was nice. And like I said, even if I didn't have much rotation in my body, that strike would have still been the same, because I delivered the golf club into the golf ball on the correct angles, on the good angles. The lower body gave me the speed to hit the ball 160 with an 8-iron. Without the lower body move, maybe it's going to be 140 with an 8-iron. But what you will get is that consistency of strike. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you would like some golf lessons off me as well, make sure you head over to the Skillist app, drop me a DM, and I will see you over there to help you improve your game.